I was asked one word to describe it, it's probably resilience. Okay, so you have very, very good days, but you have very, very challenging days. And we don't get everything right all the time, and history will have shown, significant technologies that failed or significant programs or projects that failed. We don't get it right all the time, and the secret is the lesson that you learn and how you pick yourself up and move on. And you grow with all those experiences that you have, but you do need to be resilient because there are people out there who are looking to you. It can be quite lonely on that ledge, every so often, but if you have a good network around you, you need the ability to network, talk to others in the industry, but you do need to be resilient, and let me tell you, as a female in this industry, you really need it in spades.
If I was to pick one thing that I would really encourage anyone to do if they come into this profession, is take on the mindset of a constant learner. The enemy to learning is thinking you're an expert. I'm not an expert. An expert means I have nothing left to learn. I'm constantly learning. I'm learning every single day, right? So I show up every day with a learner mindset, and I encourage everyone to do the same thing.
There is an element of success is around being patient. I think you are entering a career path that has longevity to it, but is going to be full of change. So you're going to have to be patient to understand those changes, robust to the changes, and be able to keep learning and applying your skills as the pace changes, the solution changes, or the way people interact changes. You think 10 years ago around what a mobile phone was like, or social media 10 years ago, or there are so many things that you look at that have changed beyond imagination in the last 10 years to do with technology. To have the ability to see that and the foresight and imagination to keep moving forward in that way is a massive skill that I would recommend people keep honing.
When I think about IT, I think it's a really exciting time to be involved in IT and technology. If you look at the pace of evolution of technology and the impact it's had, on our own personal lives, not just on business. So what I would say to every IT professional out there is to identify, get involved, seize the opportunities. It's a wonderful time to be involved in IT. And I would say that they should get involved in the change, identify the opportunities where they can use technology to make a change for their business. And I would say, if we look forward, as to what the next 5-10 years are going to bring. If you look at the pace of change over the last 5 years, we can do things today we were never able to do before. If you translate that out into the next 5 years, I think we have a wonderful opportunity to be able to say we were part of making that happen. So what I would say is it's very important for people to not look back as passengers in this journey, but to be able to say that they were part of the revolution, they were part of making the change happen and that they made a difference.
My number one tip to somebody coming into the profession would be not to be overly paranoid about where the starting point is. Look at it in the context of acquiring new skills. Wherever you start shouldn't be where you're going to end. Look at it in the context of maybe spending 2 to 3 years in a particular role, building up your expertise, acquiring new skills, and moving right across the range of technologies, across the range of business experiences and so forth. For somebody who's actually in the business, an experienced professional, I would say it's really important, because if you're in the business and you're established, you are in a leadership role, it's really important that you look at your role as very much a proactive leader in the business, as opposed to a passive technical delivery channel. That's really critical. I think whether you're a new entrant or whether you're an experienced person, that layer of business skills, to add that onto the CV and to the technical skills is really critical, because without that you cannot bridge that divide with the business and you cannot add value to the business.